Mystery of the oldest human remains ever found in Antarctica. Before its discovery, Antarctica was never supposed to have ancient human bones. That was the assumption. A frozen continent sealed off by brutal winds, crushing ice shelves, and temperatures that can drop lower than -80 degrees Celsius. For most of modern science, Antarctica was the last untouched wilderness on Earth. No ancient cities, no lost tribes, no prehistoric footprints. And yet, whispers of possible human remains older than the official discovery of the continent have fueled one of the strangest historical mysteries imaginable. Before anyone even set eyes on Antarctica in the 19th century, maps were already hinting at a massive southern landmass. Ancient cartographers spoke of a place called Terra Australis, a theoretical continent balancing the globe. Some maps from the 16th century, like the famous Peary race map, it seemed almost too detailed for something no European had formally explored. Were these just educated guesses, or fragments of knowledge passed down from unknown voyages? That question lingers, especially when discussions turn toward the possibility of human presence before Antarctica's documented discovery in 1820. Officially, Antarctica was first sighted in 1820 by expeditions from Russia, Britain, and the United States. Names like Fabian Gottlieb von Bellingshausen and Edward Bransfield are etched into history as the first to lay eyes on the icy coastline. But what if someone had been there long before them and left evidence we have yet to fully understand? The idea sounds cinematic, almost like the opening of an epic documentary, but history has a habit of surprising us. Let's start with the environment itself. Antarctica today is covered by ice sheets averaging over a mile thick. Beneath that ice lies rock, mountains, subglacial lakes, and possibly landscapes untouched for millions of years. Any human remains older than the official discovery would have to predate the modern ice coverage or have been preserved under extraordinary conditions. That is not impossible, but it would require a very specific set of circumstances. During warmer prehistoric periods, parts of Antarctica were not the frozen desert we see today. Millions of years ago, it supported forests and diverse life. Why? But humans did not exist then. Anatomically, modern humans have only been around for roughly 300,000 years, and Antarctica has been largely icebound for far longer. So where does the mystery come from? It partly stems from indirect evidence and controversial interpretations. In the 20th century, explorers and researchers occasionally reported unusual findings buried in ice cores or sediment layers. None were confirmed as human remains, but speculation spread quickly. A fragment of bone here, a strange formation there, and suddenly theories ignite. Add to that the fascination with ancient maritime civilizations. If early seafarers reached remote Pacific islands thousands of years ago, could an exceptionally skilled group have ventured farther south during a warmer climatic window? There is also the matter of drifting remains. Ocean currents around Antarctica are powerful. The Southern Ocean connects continents through circulating systems that can transport debris across vast distances. If bones were ever found along Antarctic shores, determining whether they originated there or drifted from South America or another landmass would be incredibly complex. The continent does not exist in isolation. It is surrounded by dynamic waters that blur geographic boundaries. Another angle fueling the mystery involves subglacial exploration. Modern radar and satellite imaging have revealed mountain ranges and lakes hidden beneath the ice. Lake Vostok, for example, remained sealed under ice for millions of years before being drilled into by Russian scientists. The discovery of microbial life in extreme Antarctic environments reshaped how we think about survival in harsh climates. Every technological leap that allows us to see beneath the ice opens the door to new possibilities. If microbial ecosystems can endure unimaginable conditions, the public imagination naturally stretches toward larger, more dramatic discoveries. Still, no verified ancient human remains have ever been found in Antarctica, predating its 19th century discovery. That is a critical fact. But absence of evidence is not always satisfying to people drawn to mystery. The idea of lost explorers, forgotten voyages, or even prehistoric wanderers reaching the southernmost continent taps into something deeper. It challenges the clean narrative that humanity's expansion followed predictable paths from Africa, into Eurasia, and then into the Americas and Oceania. Antarctica stands as the final frontier in that migration map, a blank space that resists being filled. Climate change adds another layer to this story. As ice shelves fracture and glaciers retreat, previously buried land is becoming exposed. Each melt season reveals ancient fossils of plants and animals. If anything unexpected were to surface, it would likely happen in these newly uncovered areas. Scientists are actively studying exposed rock and sediment for clues about Earth's past climate. The process is meticulous and data-driven, not sensational, but the potential for discovery keeps curiosity alive. It is also worth considering why the concept of ancient Antarctic remains captures attention so strongly. Antarctica symbolizes isolation and purity, a continent without indigenous populations or ancient monuments. Suggesting otherwise feels like rewriting one of the last uncontested chapters of human history. That tension between established knowledge and speculative possibility is what gives the mystery its energy. In reality, reaching Antarctica before modern navigation would have been extraordinarily difficult. The Antarctic Circumpolar Current, the roaring Forties winds, and the lack of nearby resupply points create a natural barrier. Even advanced 19th century ships struggled with ice packs and unpredictable weather. For prehistoric sailors using wooden vessels and primitive tools, the journey would have required not only courage but remarkable maritime technology. There is currently no archaeological evidence supporting such an expedition. Yet science remains open-ended. Every major discovery once began as an impossible question. The oldest confirmed human remains in extreme environments, from Siberian permafrost to high-altitude Andean peaks, were once considered unlikely finds. As methods improve, including ground-penetrating radar and deep ice drilling, our window into hidden layers of Antarctica widens. For now, the mystery of the oldest human remains ever found in Antarctica before its discovery remains exactly that. A mystery built more on imagination and scattered anomalies than on confirmed evidence. But it serves a purpose. It reminds us how much of our planet remains unexplored beneath ice and ocean. It pushes researchers to test assumptions and refine dating methods. And it keeps the story of human exploration alive, not as a closed book, but as a living narrative still being written. If this journey into one of Earth's coldest questions sparked your curiosity, make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Because sometimes the most fascinating discoveries are not the ones we have already made, but the ones still waiting beneath the ice.